The records are now open. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. I'm so excited to share this sacred time with you all. Thank you for being here. Say hello once you get here. We're broadcasting on a couple different venues here. What's up, Instagram? Please say hi. Let me know who is joining me out there. Oh, I see you coming in. You and Dad joined. And what's on StreamYard? StreamYard includes LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. So hello if you're joining me there. Joe Fox, I see you. Marino, Katarina. Katarina opening with a brilliant question. Excellent. All right. Katarina calling us to get down to business up in here. It is Wednesday and time for another episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. If you are looking for evolution, if you dig evolution in your life, or if there's a place where you need evolution right now in these moments, your soul has invited you into this space for a brush with the Akash, an encounter with your Akashic records. Today, the Akashic records hold all information, past, present, all possible futures, recorded from a neutral perspective. And it's very reasonable to look at this space as a cosmic library, an etheric library. You enter into this space and check out your books, so to speak. You download information by becoming a vibrational match. That's done through shifting our frequency, raising our frequency, and tapping in through the imagination. It's really not that complicated. Every single human on the planet has the ability to enter into this library and download helpful information. What kind of information are you going to get when you are in this library? Well, when you learn how to read your Akashic records, which is the training that we specialize in here at the Akashic Academy. When you learn how to read your Akashic records, you start out and you read your own records and you clean up your own shit. The aspects of your life that are not in alignment with peace, love, joy, potential, abundance. Right? We have areas of our life where we're asking ourselves the question, why do I keep attracting narcissistic relationships? Why am I continually stressed about my finances? When am I going to get a job that feels like I am appreciated and valued? Anybody asking yourself these questions? Many times you will find your way into my space if you're at a crossroads in your life, a place where you are being invited to make a decision that will shift your timeline, will move you into what's in essence a parallel reality. And all of us, to different degrees, are being invited into that right now in every moment, because we are here on the planet together during a time of radical evolution, where we are waking up and remembering, oh yeah, I have the ability to turn on my psychic skills, my intuitive skills, and tap into other realms of energy, intelligence, because we're smart enough to know, we figured out that of the electromagnetic spectrum of energy, with our physical senses, we can perceive 0.003%, which is 0.003 of 1%. There is a massive amount of intelligence, love, energy, magic, potential waiting for you to access. Where is all of this? It's here in your Akash. And I'm excited to show you how powerful it can be today. So when you start to read your records, that's what you do. You're going to start cleaning up areas of your own life, areas where you feel challenged, where you feel stuck, like Katarina. I said, Katarina's got an awesome question we're going to roll with today. I've been trying to achieve independence and inner mastery for a long time and end up exhausted and collapse. I feel hopeless that I won't achieve it. Is anybody else feeling this? If you are, let me know. All right, so we're going to get back to Katarina's question, but this is an example of how we begin to use the Akashic records to clean up our own karma, to shift things in our life, areas where we're stuck. These repetitive patterns that sometimes make you want to give up on life. But here's the good news. once we clear enough of this density, these old patterns out of our way, this aspect of ourselves that is living an unhealed version of ourselves, a broken version of ourselves, a version of ourselves that is not aligned to unconditional love and abundance and joy and peace and creativity and all the things. Once we clear enough out of our frequency, we open up space for that exploration of who we are on the planet and how we get to express our joy, our peace, our love, our creativity. That's your soul mission, your soul purpose here on the planet. And once we clear enough of our own shit out of the way, we create space to access our unique creative genius. Every single one of you are a creative genius being. That is the design of the human genome. We are God, Goddess incarnate. And what an exciting time to be on our planet where we are waking up to it. All right, Mama, I see you in the house. I'm glad that you made it here live today. I want everybody to follow suit like Katarina. Katarina lighting up the chat box here with an awesome question. Light up my chat box with questions. We're going to spend the next half an hour jamming together here. I'm going to ask Spirit to guide me towards questions that will benefit the entire group. I'm going to tap in channel intelligence from the Akash as well as a transmission, something that will help us shift on the cellular level, that will activate DNA and make the work of embodiment easier. Because today you're going to get aha moments. You're going to see things differently. You might even feel the energy moving in your body. But you haven't completed the next level of the test yet, or of the evolution, the transformation that you are seeking. If you're here for evolution, you can get some aha moments today, but just those aha moments aren't going to get you there. You must embody the new shift and change, which means when you're in your trigger, you've got to show up differently, and that trigger will likely happen over the next 24, 48 hours. Oh, just wait. Where you'll have an aha moment today. You'll see yourself differently. You'll see a new possibility for yourself. But it requires leaving an old version of you behind. An old, mad, frustrated version of you that's in lack. And I can almost guarantee you that tomorrow or the next day or even later today, you will likely lose some of your awareness of the now moment. Life will begin to happen and take over, and something will trigger you. And you will be invited. Well, you'll have a choice. You'll be invited to show up however you want to show up. You can show up the old triggered version of you, or you can show up in this new embodied version of you. All right, let's let her rip. Katarina, hello, Emily. I have been trying to achieve independence, inner mastery for a long time. And each time I end up exhausted, collapsing, and hopeless that I won't achieve it. I'm wondering, is this possible? All right, Katarina, let me tap in and see what's coming through here. Okay, the inner mastery is a state of being. The guides are saying it's not something that we achieve. It's a state of being that can be a challenge to perpetually hold a state of mastery. They are acknowledging it can be challenging to hold a perpetual state of mastery. But mastery is a state of being. And the guides are saying, let's work on mastery one step at a time. And since we've already talked about triggers, the guides have brought in some insight around how the magic and the intelligence works up here in this space. It's about having a new perspective, seeing something differently. And then over the course of the next several days, you're going to have a chance to be different or act different. You're in essence walking through a gateway, an up level. All right. So since the guides have already talked about, like, be on the lookout for this process as you are walking the path of mastery, let's dissect mastery a little bit more. And they're talking about it's a state of being. So if you can achieve that state of being where you are calm, and you recognize you've got space between the old reactive version of you and choosing to be kind, or choosing to be non-reactive, or choosing to be compassionate, that is mastery. Mastery, focus on peace, creating space for peace, the guides are saying. All right, and mastery is something that we don't get to a state of mastery and then keep it without doing the workouts. Okay, so their guides are now, they're likening mastery and how we perpetually care for our nervous system, the guides are saying, because that's what will give you this nuance of mastery that they're talking about, this level of peace or this level of spaciousness in your reactivity, is working with your nervous system. So you want to do breath work, you want to do earthing, you want to do grounding, but you got to maintain a regular practice in order to keep this level of regulation. Make sense? Give me some amen, some love likes, hearts across the screen if this is making sense, if something's landing. Alyssa says something went wrong with the Facebook live video. Could be. Well, if you got booted off Facebook, hopefully you're going to come find us somewhere else. Okay, so I want to bring in an activation for peace and spaciousness. Thank you, Josie. Thank you for letting me know that this is landing. Space and spaciousness for everybody. If you want some space and spaciousness, you're in the right place. Some of you just joined, like, what the? Peace and spaciousness, sorry. Okay, my mama says she's on Facebook. It's working fine for you. Peace and spaciousness. We're going to do that with the breath. I'm going to invite everybody to take a nice deep breath in. I see you, Brian Cable. Hello. We're going to hold at the top. We're going to synchronize our breathing together with the intention that we are not only creating more space and peace within our bodies, but our bodies we are acknowledging right now in this moment as a holographic representation of Mother Earth. So we invite this for the entirety of our planet as well. Take a deep breath in through your nose with me. Deep breath in. Pause. Good, nice little exhale. Good, 2 more times. Deep breath in. Let yourself get very present in the now moment. Pause at the top. Tune in with your senses to everything around you. Feel your feet on the floor. Hear the sounds around you. Look around the room. Be very still. Be so present with the now. Exhale. We'll take that last deep breath in. Third deep breath in. Pausing at the top. Good. As you're focusing, as we're all focusing our breath, our awareness on the now in breathing. We're adjusting our baseline frequencies. We're increasing our ability to hold the now moment for longer periods of time. Good. Exhale. All right. Good work. All right. Let me know what's landing in here for you. All right. I wanted to come over here and check in on Instagram. What's up? Shannon Mock in the house. I see you. All right. Question over here on Facebook. Oh, I might be shouting into the Yeti. We've got Yeti on sound today, everybody. Is there a practice I can implement to actualize a stronger ability to visualize me in a meditative state? Okay, just for clarity, are you trying to visualize yourself in a meditative state, or are you just working on increasing vision, both inner and outer vision? So, Alyssa, please clarify that one for me, and I'm going to roll with what the guides are bringing into my field right now, which is one of my favorite activities for increasing clairvoyance, which is your clear inner vision. Clear inner vision looks like how you see things in your imagination. It can show up as a postcard. It can show up, and when I say postcard, a lot of you think landscape. Me too. It can also show up as just a picture in your mind. It can also show up as a movie playing out. Your clairvoyance can show up as a dream. It can also show up as color or smoke or texture in your field. The vast majority of clairvoyance, when we're talking about clairvoyance or clear inner vision, which is one of your psychic senses, the vast majority of it's happening on the inner planes, on the subtle fields. Remember how I talked about how much of our energy field that we can actually perceive? So the vast majority of your clairvoyance is happening on those planes which we do not perceive with our physical eyes. But some of it is, and the veils are thinning like crazy, especially after this eclipse. So many of you might be noticing more visceral encounters with your clairvoyance, which might look like seeing auras around trees, flowers, around people. Your dream state might become more active during this time. You might notice shadows and light in your peripheral. Anybody noticing shadow or light in your peripheral? Cool. So this technique that I want to share with you today is designed to train your peripheral, which is really important because there are other things happening that you can actually see in your peripheral because of the convex concave nature of the eyes and your head and skull. The light is bent and refracted differently in your peripheral vision. How it shows up is it's going to look like light and shadow. Generally, that startles us, especially if it's shadow. And we think, "Whoo!" Would we jump? We get a little scared. Also, what do? We turn our head, we turn our scope of vision. And what that does is it distorts the area where we were actually getting the clear signals, which is in the peripheral. Katie had sparkling in her third eye. Fancy. That sounds fun. Anybody else? Yeah. Describe any symptoms or things that you guys are noticing or feeling. All right. So we're going to train our peripheral vision. This is going to open up your clairvoyance, both inner and outer. Put your hands out in front of you, and I want you to look past your fingertips. Soft eyes. Keep your gaze forward as you bring your hands out, and you're going to notice the place where your hands disappear into the peripheral. And I want you to find that line. And wherever that line is for you, you just wiggle the fingers up and down, moving them in your peripheral vision. Looking forward, 15 seconds or so a day. That will begin to train your peripheral vision, not only to get stronger, but it will train you to be less reactive. You looky-loo. I'm just kidding. But it'll train you to be less reactive. Right? Cool. All right, so let's see. Alyssa says, no, I meant my. Your visualization. Another thing that I love to do to increase my ability to visualize is to meditate with chakras actually on my third eye. And sometimes I'll be studied in them and I'll get just really comfortable. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. And then I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm like, screw it. I've got 700 crystals on me. I'm just gonna try to hold it. All right, so let's see. Let's do an activation for vision. If you would like an activation to open up your third eye so that you can see what is unseen, symbolically and literally, y'all, say yes right now. I'm using a tuning fork or the frequency of Om, the primordial frequency, to open my third eye. Opening by proxy here for anybody who would like to receive that. The guides are also encouraging me to bring in an activation around solar plexus for courage to see the truth. Because if you are afraid to see the truth, or there is a significant amount of you that is still operating from fear mind, it can feel very scary to open up your third eye. So the guides are just also bringing in courage to see the truth. And for those of you who are excited, you're like, heck yes, I want to open my third eye. I love doing this. I'll do this stuff all day. Yes, I see you. I'm with you, right? But no part of me is afraid. I'm like, yeah, let's activate all day, y'all. Let's play. However, some of you might be feeling like, oh, that's interesting. It's weird. I don't know. I think they taught about that one Sunday at church and said I'm not supposed to do that stuff. You might be feeling a little trepidation and some hesitation. That's okay. That's okay. If those of you are like me and you're really excited, and you're like, bring it on. I want to ask you to hold space for our brothers and sisters who are just waking up. And remember, when we're shifting paradigms, that it can be challenging and feel scary, and hold space and courage, activating courage for all of us to see the truth. Oh, here's another piece. Oh, yeah, the guys want me to get that tuning fork on the solar plexus there. Courage to see the truth of your potential. A lot of you have been denying your potential. So I ask for that for you now too, those of you who are ready, for the courage to see the truth in your potential. As I get excited for what that means for the planet. And let me just take this moment to pause and talk about, for those of you who are ready to step into your potential, I feel you. I feel like this is a theme of my life. I didn't give you guys the whole story of Emily today. But a quick snippet of it. I was born in a really small town in the Midwest. Between 3,000 and 4,000 people. It's a pretty small town. I ended up quitting college after my sophomore year and moving to Los Angeles, where I pursued acting and became a Hollywood actress for 20 years. It's pretty fun. I literally am that story of the Midwest girl who says, screw it all, everything, I'm going to Hollywood. And then I did. And it's a little funny how storybook it is. And when I look at that from the bigger picture, or I should say from a higher perspective, I realize, oh, I was this avatar embodying what feels like an everyman existence and experience, and saying, I want to do something exciting and fantastic and adventurous and fun and impactful. And if I can do it, you can do it. And so that's part of my blueprint, because I've walked that journey, and I'm here to ignite others who have a big passion and are here to create legacy on the planet. And sometimes that legacy looks like the courage to step out in big ways and be on Hollywood stages. And that also looks like playing big within your families and changing the dynamic of your families and your communities. And so for those of you who are like me, I wanted to share my journey and my experience with you. Again, I haven't been able to share all of my story with you all, but as I walked my journey of Hollywood and transitioning into spirituality and wanting to share the Akashic records and the magic of the records, times were very challenging for me. I was on food stamps when I started my business. And my dear friend Roz, I love it. She talks about going from food stamps to fortune. I've been able to create an awesome business, break through financial and societal restraint and oppression, and to create something that was meaningful and valuable to me. And so for those of you who are like me, I created a pathway that you can follow if you want. I'm going to run you through really fast the Akashic Records Certification Program. If you're joining me on Instagram, You're not going to be able to see the screen share, but you can go after this broadcast up to Linktree and check it out. If you are joining me here on StreamYard, this is the ultimate training to awaken your ability to shift reality. It's designed to tap you into your own innate intelligence so that you can figure things out in your life and also change them. It's designed to help you personally heal yourself of emotional and physical dis-ease, clear oppressed belief systems. That's things that keep you playing small in your life. Experience deep and transformative self-love. This is a name of the game and will change things for so many of us on the planet. It's where a lot of our disharmony or discourse happens, is when we move out of alignment with self-love. Understanding your mission on the planet, understanding your quantum gifts and healing abilities. You can learn to do this even if you don't currently meditate every day or you've had no psychic experience before. Just gonna scroll through here quickly. If you're joining me on StreamYard, you'll see we have 16 modules, including how to read for clients. Like I said, there is a certification that goes along with this process. So if you are interested in checking that out, I'm going to leave the link there for you. Excited to invite those of you who are ready to dive in on a deeper level. I'm excited to invite you in. Nakudas in the house today. What's up, my friend? All right, so we are going to grab one more question here. We're going to play right up until the bell. Shannon says, thank you for caring about the world. I love you, Shannon. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Shannon, part of that Hollywood experience that I talked about, an error occurred. Please wait and try again. Oh, it's okay. All right, so I'm going to go back and grab one more question here. Leonardo. Hello, Emily. How can we access the Akashic Records? Oh, perfect. Well, there are many ways to access the Akashic Records. The way that I train to access the Akashic Records is designed to create that vibrational frequency match. Like I talked about in the very beginning of our time here together, everybody can read the Akashic Records. However, they're not located in physical form per se, where you can trot yourself down to the library and walk on in here on this planet. You have to become a vibrational match, and through your imagination is where this exchange is happening. And there are many different ways to become a vibrational match. Now, I have a unique, repeatable method that those of you who dive into training will learn with me. This was given to me by my guides. So it's a unique process here at the Akashic Academy. And I'm not a gatekeeper. There are many ways into the Akashic Records. So long as you become that vibrational frequency match, you are in. And a lot of you have likely stumbled in before during dream time. Maybe you're just driving, maybe you're meditating, but here's the key. Here's the key to becoming a vibrational match. The records vibrate to a frequency of unconditional love and zero judgment. So you got to get yourself to that place to the best of your ability. And you're going to have a couple of challenges along the way. We talked about the nervous system. Your nervous system is holding a lot of charge and a lot of static. Even if you think that you are handling the stress of your day well, your nervous system is recording all of it. So I find breath work, certain breath patterns will help to calm and release the nervous system. That will prepare you for enhanced communication. Another aspect that I use to access the records is the frequency of Om. Om is the primordial creation tool, sound frequency. It's what my tuning fork is calibrated to. And when you Om through your body, it creates a resonance, a vibrational frequency that prepares your body for communication. All right. Another important piece, I said I'm going to go right up to the bell. I don't know. It's 12:29. So I'm going to keep going. Another important piece is that you want to be willing to take full responsibility. You can't go into the records and expect to find that all of the miscreations that you're experiencing in your life, meaning all of this shit about your life that you don't like, is somebody else's fault. It's not. You have to be willing to take full responsibility for how you've participated in creating your current paradigm. That's what gives you your power back. Because if you've created it, you can uncreate it. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Again, if you are ready to learn how to read your own Akashic records so that you can get feedback and intelligence that shifts you out of the places that you're stuck and opens up that space for your creative genius to lead the way, be sure you check out the self-study training, certification training in the Akashic records. And I look forward to seeing you guys again here very soon.